Hi, I'm Josh. It's my channel Newtons Per Second. Welcome everyone. In this video, I want to talk about the biggest rocket project I have ever worked on. My friend Bob Vaulding and I put together a massive rocket that we're going to call, or that we did call, the Big Mofo. This rocket stands 138 inches, weighs 71 pounds loaded at the pad with an M1780NT motor, new Thunder motor. And to put that in perspective, for anyone that has not seen like an M motor in person, I'm going to cut to show you what the nozzle looks like. So here's a nozzle from an M1780. This is from my level 3 certification. That's the motor I use. Again, we use this motor in the Big Mofo project. Now, that is a massive nozzle. To put that in perspective, here is an Estes E12 24 millimeter motor, right? Now look at that. Now you know you're dealing with a big motor when you can put something like this right in there. That's crazy. To finish up the stats on this rocket real quick, on the busy end, we have a cluster setup that is also set up for air starting. So what we did was we ran tubes through most of the booster so we can feed lines down to do air starts. And for the cluster configuration, we have a central 98 millimeter motor mount tube, and surrounding that is four 38 millimeter motor mount tubes. It's made from a sonotube, 10-inch diameter sonotubes. The nose cone was made by a gentleman way back. It's basically like a foam board he used to carve out the nose cone, wrapped with carbon fiber. What else we got? We used a 12-foot main that I made and a 28 8-inch drogue. The fins are constructed out of 1/2-inch plywood, and to strengthen up the sonotubes, we used a heavy fiberglass sleeve from Solar Composites in New Hampshire. For electronics, we just used two RRC3s. One set up as the primary, one is the backup. And main was set for 1,000 feet, backup at 700. And to track the rocket, we used featherweight system. After Bob and I achieved our level 3s at LDRS 42, Potters, New York, I kind of drew up a plan for a big rocket that I wanted to fly out of with the METRA Rocket Club in Pine Island, New York. So that club is actually a lot closer to Bob and I, where Potters, New York, they have bigger waivers, but it's quite a ride. And we thought it'd be nice to fly an M motor and stay under the waiver with METRA. But they only have a 4,500 foot waiver, so it gets kind of tricky to design a rocket heavy enough to stay under that waiver, but not too heavy where your thrust to weight ratios are way off or something like that. Here is the design I came up with for the Big Mofo on RockSim. I showed this to Bob and he was totally on board with this project, so we pulled our time, labor, resources. I know we had a time frame. We wanted to be able to build this between getting our L3s and before the season ended. So that was honestly a pretty intense project to come up with. You know, for design, you have to it's all custom parts and built, tested, and get to a launch site with good weather. So as a lot of people know, this has been a tough year, especially for the New England area for flying. There's been a lot of canceled flights, launches around here due to either weather, from wind, or it could be staffing from a club. They've actually had someone had to canceled. They didn't have enough people to run it, so it's been a tough year. As far as the construction process, I would have the rocket for a couple weeks working on some things. Bob would take it back to his shop. He would do some things, and we just kept trading the rocket off back and forth till we had it at a point where it's done and ready to be tested. Some of the things that really made this project a lot easier. Bob was able to, I believe it was his Bridgeport machine, he was able to adapt that to cut out the center rings with precision. So I didn't have to sit there and hand cut them like I usually do with my hand jig, and then I'm sanding to make it like perfect. He cut all these center rings like spot on. They were perfect. If anyone has a chance to actually see this rocket, in person, he did an amazing job on the body work. The fillets are incredible. Some of the issues I had with the glasses, the fins are not perfect, but he made them look as nice as they could. And I know the airframe, we were trying to use like a Mylar wrap bag, and it didn't work out very well. So he spent a lot of time sanding this thing down, and the prime, the paint is an incredible job. That sock we put on is super coarse, so yeah, there was a lot of sanding involved to get that straight. He did, like I said, an amazing job. The nose cone was not completed, and also where Bob excelled, he was able to finish the nose cone. It needed more carbon fiber wrap, and that nose cone came out absolutely incredible. He got it fitting into the sonotubes perfect. Each one of us had our strengths in this project, and putting that together, we have something really special. And on the recovery end of things, we need to make a few adjustments. One being, we need a bigger drogue. Most of the time our booster's sitting way up here and the upper airframe is down here. That resulted in a little bit of a snag. When the main came out, the shock cord came over, whipped around, landed on the chute lines for about 4 seconds before sliding off and allowing the main to open all the way. But within that 4 seconds, we all are a little nervous of this thing coming down. Two is we need swivels on there. The booster was up there spinning like crazy, like a helicopter. Those are really big fins on there. And that was twisting up the shock cord on the booster end. The drogue needs a swivel, and that was pretty twisted up to the drogue lines. So, in adjusting a few of those things, I think we'll have a near perfect recovery. To aid the recovery, we did use a featherweight tracking system. And here's a video I'll cut to showing the data from that. And you can see as it's coming down, the values for the velocity is, we're averaging like under drogue about 55 to 60 feet per second. And coming to main, you can see we're about anywhere from 9 to 15 feet per second. So that 12-foot main was pretty healthy. So we might be able to use, Bob's got a 10-foot elliptical we could probably use. If we get a windy day, we'll need a little smaller chute on that. It's time to cut to the main part of the video where I show some of the construction process, the ejection charge testing, and the day of the flight. I want to thank everyone for watching this video and supporting the channel. If you haven't subscribed and you like what you see, hit the subscribe button, the like, or leave a comment. It really does help these small channels out. So thanks again, and here's the rest of the video. Wow. Nice. That was freaking perfect. Wow. Nice. That was freaking perfect.
Don't get any better than that. Whew, smells delish.
It went in between the trees.
It's a good thing I didn't cut those trees down.
Select main. Drogue is off. 0686 0686 test. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7.
Here we go.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Woo!
Holy shit. It went in between the trees.
It's a good thing I didn't cut those trees down.
Oh my God, Bob.
Holy cow.
Let's go. Got it? Let's go.
The smoke. No damage.
Probably scuffed.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Dun, dun, dun. Way out there, you see a rocket beyond all the rockets out there. This is Bob Vaulding and Joshua Drummond flying out of Hartford, Connecticut and Dudley, Massachusetts, flying a rocket called the Big Mofo. It is dark green, 10 inches in diameter, 138 inches long. That's big. He's going at 2,500 feet on Aerotech M as in Mike, 1780. So yes, we're flying an M motor at METRA. Back up is 700. The drogues are 12 inches and
12 foot.
or 12 foot and 20 inches. There we go. They're happy shoots. The rocket weighs 71 pounds. Have I gotten everybody's attention? So this will be the only M flight you see of the weekend, probably. And it's the big mofo. Good luck, guys. And we're flying in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's big. It's up there. It's over the top. We have an event and a backup. It's apart.
Isn't that cool? Wait, it's going to be really nice.
We're going to follow this all the way down before I let people out on the field.
Gee, why? Because it's 70 pounds?
We don't fly many M's.
The main shoot's going to come out. It's going to look so cool.
It's a nice shoot too. It'll be cool.
There's the event. And the parachute. It's
Oh my
trying.
goodness. Joshua.
Come on. Here we go. Here we go. Here we
There it
go.
goes.
We're okay. We're okay. We're okay.
Very, very nice.
Wow.
This is a happy shoot, so it's got a CD of like 9. So it's going to be up there forever.
Wow. Look at that.
I'm going to say the pads are cold. Please be aware it's going to take a few minutes for that to come all the way down.
Looks like it's going to be great.
Just stay away from it until it hits the ground. The pads are cold.
There's a 787 Dreamliner in the drink.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just in the toy though. Not bad, Josh.